Hello and welcome. Tata Indicom presents India's future, and we've got a real star for the future with us, Katrina Kaif. Thanks so much for being with us on the show. You are an inspiration for so many young people out there, and we've got a young audience as well, and they're going to be asking you a bunch of questions, and I have a couple of things to ask you as well. But first off, you have a new and really exciting film coming up very shortly. What is Sing is King all about? Basically, it's if I would have to say it in 2 lines, it would be a story of a lovable rogue character, who's Akshay Kumar's character, and he basically causes trouble wherever he goes. And his village kind of sends him on this mission, which is to bring back this wayward son home, who is the Don, or the actual king, so to speak. So as he is making this journey from his village to Australia, he meets me along the way. Love at first sight. Right. What can he do? and then what happens? Yeah, we do what you would expect us to do: dancing, have fun. It's Akshay and me. We have to dance. And then he ends up in Australia. And when he gets there, basically it's like one comedy of errors after another. A lot of it was, not a lot actually, some of it was shot in Egypt, right? Yeah, you were mentioning. Yeah. And it was really hot when it was. It was by far the most difficult shoot I've ever done in my life. It was really, really hot. And when I say it's really, really hot, I mean, we're used to shooting conditions. I've shot like songs in big, heavy, ghagras in Chennai. But this was hot. This was really hot. And I've actually seen Akshay, who, I mean, if you know him, you'll know that you can put him on a block of ice and he will not complain. Right. And I've actually seen him getting a little irritated, right on the point of, of like losing it. It was a really, really difficult shoot. I don't know if you know this, but, and I don't know if a lot of you have actually seen the picture. There's this fantastic photograph of Indian peacekeepers, Sardars, posted in Lebanon, right in the front lines over there. And they're outside their little camp. Is this big sign that says Sing is King. And I was wondering if this film, the name of the film, has actually been inspired by that, because... Well, I really didn't know anything about that. But I'll tell you what, another reason why Sing is King is possibly the most appropriate title now is because Manmohan Singh is king after winning that trust vote. That was amazing. I have to tell you, I was shooting for something and I came home in the night and, the results were coming on TV basically, and everyone was obviously very, eagerly watching it, and they were announcing the numbers and everything, and then I think about 5 minutes into that, then they announced that Sing is King, and I said, I can't believe it, because it's, I don't know, it's a nice, it's a nice feeling though. I mean, it's the Prime Minister of our country, and it was really nice. What does it feel like to be considered a real star, not just presently, but a star for the future? I think everyone wants to be recognized in their field. I don't imagine that anyone, unless they've really got issues, want to say that, I'm going to be a doctor, but I want to be a bad doctor. I want nobody to talk about me. I want to work for the worst people. Everybody wants recognition. I think everybody... but it's cool sometimes not to say so. But that's not true always. But it's not true. I mean, everyone wants recognition. Sure. It doesn't necessarily mean you want all the things that come with it. Maybe you don't like doing, interviews. Maybe you're not good with meeting people. Right. Maybe you're not good with stage shows. Like an Ajay Devgan, to my knowledge, he never dances on stage. It's not his thing. But he's a big star. Oh, I love dancing. I love dancing on stage. Is that the most fun part of being in Bollywood for you? If I had to, the fun part. If I had to be honest, right now, the songs I do in my films recently, in the last year, like the songs from Race, for me is the most fun I've had. Yeah. I love doing them. It comes pretty naturally to you. Now it does, because I think I found a bit more what suited me. Yeah. The style that suited me in my initial films, I think I was still uncertain, like, what style and how do you do the step. And if I didn't like the step, I wouldn't know how to approach it. And I think with Race, me and the choreographer Bosco, and I have to give a lot of credit to the director Abbas Muslan, they really let us do what we wanted. I had a blast, Arena. It was a lot of fun. Questions?
Hi ma'am, my name is Karthik.
Please don't call me ma'am. How old are you? How old are you?
I'm 21.
Yeah, still don't call me ma'am. I was hoping you'd say like, 24, so I could say, you're my age, but no.
You've been voted as the world's most sexiest woman by the women in the US. So what do you think about that tag?
I think I've got a better way of answering this question. What do you think about it? Yeah, what do you think about it? Because me answering that sounds really bad. I mean, there's 2 ways. Either you say, that, yeah, you know, I think so. Then you think, excuse me, what's your problem? Or then you say that I don't think so. I don't really like that word, to be honest, but I think glamorous is a better word, no?
Hi, Katrina.
Hi.
I wanted to ask you if you had to choose between Karan Johar's contemporary cinema or Sanjay Leela Bhansali's art cinema, what would you choose?
Probably because it's a space that I've not gone into. I think all my films have been very, very modern and really like a today's kind of character. Instinctively, I'd probably want to do a Sanjay Bhansali film.
Okay, we're going to talk about your films more in just a bit, but I mean, it's your background. I mean, one could write so much about it because it's fascinating. You're one of 8 siblings. You have an Indian Kashmiri father and a British mom. You were brought up in Hawaii. You started modeling at the age of 14. That's when you were approached, right?
Yeah.
For a jewelry campaign.
Yeah.
And then you continued modeling in London, and then boom, the film and Kaizad Gustad happened in 2003. One of 8 siblings. I mean, are you close to a couple of them, or you keep in touch with all of them, or?
No, I'm very close to all of them. I'm very, very close to all of them.
But how do you manage that? I mean, it's overwhelming.
It's, I don't know, you know, there's sometimes when you read certain articles and certain sections of the media and people say these things like, you know, Katrina is not very friendly, or if you don't know her, she'll be like very, what do you call that, like standoffish or very aloof or arrogant. And, you know, the people, whenever they bring that up with me, I always say that because I come from such a close family, and we're 7 girls. Now, if anyone here can imagine 7 girlfriends together, okay? But we're sisters.
Yeah.
So that's girlfriends without any problems, or without any fights, or without any, you know, good days, bad days. We're so close together. If I ever need to say anything, if I ever need to talk about anything, if I ever have a problem, I'll think, okay, this is the problem, I'll go to the sister. You know, we all have like our own little roles in the family, so to speak.
Quick question before we take a break.
People say that you are a Salman-made woman. People say that you are a Salman-made woman.
Wow.
It's really irritating, I know. But how do you deal with it?
First of all, I don't think everyone says that. I think it's certain sections of the media who, as I said, there will be people. So you have a paper, one day they say something in your favor, the next day they say something which is not in your favor. You have to, I think, take the whole thing with a pinch of salt. You shouldn't get too elated about the fact when they say great things about you, or when they proclaim that you're doing so fantastically well, and nor should you get too affected when the negativity comes in. So.
But it's irritating, isn't it, when you have photographs of you splashed across on something that's personal and something which nobody really knows anything about except yourself, and maybe that stuff you want to keep to yourself.
But you see, the way I look at that is, would I rather that and all the other benefits that come with being in my position, the security you're able to achieve for yourself, for your family, the amazing job I have. Every day I get to go to a new country and do new things. I love filmmaking. I love what I do. Or do I want to say no? I don't want any of this, so I'm going to go work in an office, or I'm going to, I'm going to do a routine job. You have to make that decision for yourself. I remember seeing the show once on TV, and the name, I can't remember the name of the show, but basically what it was saying literally was who is the villain, and there was a whole like 1 hour discussion on basically who was the villain in this particular situation, and it was damn funny. And I remember actually just saying, you know what, this time I'm going to have fun. I'm actually going to watch it, and I'm like hoping I'm not the villain. I'm not the villain. And when I was declared, obviously I was not the villain. I was like, see, I'm not the villain. You're the villain.
Without intruding, and I won't, I think a lot of your fans really want to know, and people who care about you want to know, are you happy where you are in your personal life?
I'm very happy where I am in my life. Okay. And if I'm going to be happy where I am in my life, that has to be all aspects of my life.
Great.
If there's a problem, or if everybody has, ups and downs with their family, with their work, with their friends, it'll happen. But I think you should always look in totality at your life. And if I had to take myself out of my life as a bystander and look at, Katrina Kaif's life, I would have to be a really ungrateful person to be unhappy in my life. I have a lot, and I've been really blessed.
We're going to take a short break, Katrina, at this stage. And right after that, we're going to come back, speak a little bit more about your films and stuff that interests you. Thanks so much for being